and like flex into the mid lane? Maybe not. But Blacklist International and Farflax Infinity are gonna meet again for the third time this series. So far, Blacklist has been owning 2-0. Can it be a different story come game number 3? Let's find out through the draft. And I think that we have not decided yet on the side.
I mean, I'm already seeing bans on the player's side. I'm expecting to see it, and here we go. Yep, they're swapping sides. FIMP are going to be first pick, Blacklist International on second.
I love right now the FIMP finally banned out onto the Frederick, but remember, back to the question. Banning the Frederick is going to slightly change Blacklist International's games. That means the FIMP, whatever that they have did in Game 1 and Game 2, can't exactly be applied, and you can't exactly really work on changing your gameplay in order to cater to that Frederick.
Well, I suppose, but I'm just glad that we might have an opportunity to be blessed with King Wise going on a Lancelot potentially. Ooh. He's been playing Frederick for so very long. Just give it to him. Or if he wants to give the people a special treat, take a Ling as well, right? I mean, they've already shown the fact that the Varia has been locked in. You want to be able to take it out. But first, Blacklist International prioritizing making sure that both Minotaur as well as Valentina are picked up, knowing that the Diggy is banned out, that AoE stun is, AoE knockup and slow is not really going to get punished just yet.
You can see that the priority on the Novaria means that you want to get for a kind of poke kind of composition. Novaria is great at poking. But then again, Blacklist International, with this sustain coming up from the Minotaur, they don't care at all. They can just really top up when it comes to their health with this Minotaur. And of course, the Valentina, the UA has been playing so well this game. FIMP, what do they actually take here? The Joy, perhaps?
This is my question, right? Because, like you said, you know, poke versus the sustainability of the side of Blacklist International, I never really liked it. I thought that they needed something more bursty in this case. Right now, FIMP have decided to pick up a Bane as well as an Arlet. I want to see them being able to drag team fights a little bit while their backliners, their win conditions, still able to constantly shred things out. I'm looking at the fact that Blacklist International will probably pick a Barat into the jungle.
Oh,
and I would want to see a carry on the side of FIMP. Really just shred down the front lines, eventually to make it through to the back.
That's assuming that they get access to it. Let's see what this final pick coming in for Blacklist International is going to be on their face, because the fact that they locked in that Bane and also picked the Arlet, I was already thinking Arlet, but the fact that they got Bane, just the research that they have done, especially on Wise, I think it's very well done. Take away combo components, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. The Joy is gonna be picked up by Blacklist International. The term Ube strat made by Blacklist International actually stands for Ultimate Bonding Experience, where all 5 players come together to pressure any area in the Land of Dawn. Maybe for all of our new viewers out there, and especially because we have invited the Western scene here at MSC, you probably have heard Ube being talked about so much. This is actually the inspiration behind it, and it's a delicacy in the Philippines.
It's delicacy, or some may say sweet potato, depending on what particular language in Southeast Asia you're utilizing. But yes, at the end of the day, it's all about being as 5, as a literal complete unit, which is what Blacklist International continue to show pure level of, high level of polish on it. And we do see the Melissa as well as the Akai. It's clear that FIMP are making sure that they don't want them to disengage from their combo. But that's the thing, right? Does FIMP want to make sure that they double down on the combo components, initiating combo components rather than the payoffs, or disengage?
It seems like they are trying to commit now on to a priority ban for Wise. They're trying to shut him down here. Thing is, though, I think they might be, if they completely tunnel vision on the jungler, Wise is going to bring the Valentina into the jungle role, right? Again, if they tunnel vision too hard, it's going to be very dangerous. So maybe setting up for, even here is going to be very tough. The fact that they're on blue side, setting up for your gold lane matchup, if you go for a gold lane ban here, it's going to be really tough for you, because Blacklist will have easy access to just a good gold laner, as they are first pick in the second phase.
Yeah, right. Very likely it's going to be a Beatrix from Blacklist International. They have played it many times, and it's just going to be working time and time again. Hail the, I guess we can say, the snipe legend right now. It doesn't make sense for Owl to just kind of like take it, or rather just not play it when it's available for him.
I mean, especially since he's got Nalter, right? Oh, wow. Yes, so FIMP, they are, again, both you and Abstract as well as FIMP have done their homework. I mean, Miracle called it. They are targeting Wise. They're making sure that he feels uncomfortable as possible, but we might see those adjustments that we were expecting to see, right? I would like to see I would very much like to see a Lancelot get picked up at some point of time, or maybe even Assassin from Wise, but that really depends on what the coaches are letting their players gain.
What if this is the time where we see the Ghetto Catcher that we have been looking for as the jungler for Blacklist International?
Double large AoE CC composition?
I think it's well, it is something that you can think of, but I think the more reliable pick here, if they actually want to go for a weird jungler, not want to flex the Valentina into the jungle, it's just the Guinevere. We've seen it before. Might actually just see it again. Stage.
I wonder what the interaction will be with you if you lay down the ultimate of the Navaria with the, of course, with the torn apart memory. Does it actually trigger the vision, right?
All this in the way that Wise likes to play in that full tank build, generally can pretty much out-sustain the majority, because again, Arlet's not going to have enough damage. Novaria, unless it's at max.
Which, by the way, is very scary, because in a big team fight around the objectives, what you do now is to copy the Bane ultimate, and you're going to be A-okay. Right, as the Valentina, you have so much damage with a deadly catch together with your combo. You just take out the neutral objectives. You know, this is an important match for sure for Fireflux Impunity. They are now facing elimination. They deployed Lunar. It's gonna be playing the Novaria this time. Is this gonna be enough?
I don't know. I think this is going to be a tough one. There are going to be some clear holes here for Blacklist International, but these are very small holes, and this early phase is going to be extremely important for FIMP.
And technically speaking, this is a completely new, or rather different kind of game plan that FIMP has faced before. So how exactly is going to be, how are they going to be expecting to play into this game here in the Land of Dawn, potentially the last game. Game number 3 between Blacklist International and FIMP.
Into the Land of Dawn we go, and yes, match points. This could just be the end for Fireflux Impunity's tournament lives. Again, reminding everyone back at home, single elimination bracket, no second chance. As joining the eliminated fight here up in the XP lane, Venus, Yue, and Edward, early rotation to get you at level 2 to maybe force an invade, but Cura is able to clear out the waves fast enough, and Apex 47 deals with the mid-wave quite well too.
Down by the bomb site, at the very least, Apex is making sure that he's utilizing that Guardian's barrier to kind of slow down the waves and help them kind of get a comfortable laning phase, quickly get that level 2 as early as possible with minimal interactions whatsoever. Now, coming over to the Lethal Wanderer, I don't think this is going to be the biggest deal in the world, but my big issue is the fact that Yue is back on this Eve, and he's quite the powerhouse on it too.
Now, Blacklist International's early game composition has got a lot of magical damage that we can expect. Both Yue, Edward, as well as Wise, they all dish out really good magical damage. As such, FIMP is very likely going to target more onto magical defense. This is where Owl might actually be able to come online a little bit earlier, because FIMP put the itemization and put a lot of priority into magical defense, while their physical defense is pretty much neglected.
I mean, we say that, but even now, as we look at the lanes, I'm seeing that Sunshine currently level 2 compared to Owl already at level 3. It's about that control, right? Sunshine needs to win out this lane, and he needs to win it hard. And this is not even from outside influence. The 1v1 is extremely important, and this, we need to make sure, right? We are already seeing the first items come on through. We steal the pants coming in from that Brody, and from the Beatrix, it's going to be that Fury Hammer. So naturally, we are expecting Owl to make sure that he continues to dominate and control this wave as long as he possibly can.
The 1v1 fight will stay for quite a bit of time. Blacklist International is already positioning themselves, preparing for this turtle fight. However, one thing that they do not know is that Cura is just right around the corner, in which...
Oh, final slash, deadly catch, everything thrown at Blacklist International. Wise is going to fall there, and it's going to be Cura who picks up the turtle. Now they're going to look for some more invades as Venus walks up. Has a bit of fury, now locking him down in the real world manipulation as Edward comes through as well. It's a combo, and it's a deadly one as Yue picks up a double kill. to respond to that play over.
That's so good. I mean, people tend to forget, yes, the first initial knock-up coming in from the Minotaur feels bad, but then you follow it up at the Minoan Fury, and then you go for another knock-up once again. You are just locked down for at least 4 seconds straight. It is not a fun time at all, but finally, at least for FIMP, they're recognizing that they have to play towards their win conditions, right? They got it. Oh!
Final slash. Those are some resets right now with Vengeance, but Alien loses all of his mana. Is forced to back away as Wise clears out his purple buff. One level lead still without the turtle. He's still holding on to it as that's a good Astral Sphere.
Onto the turtle. It started out great. They managed to steal the turtle number 1. They managed to get a kill down on the Blacklist International as well. However, FIMP kind of seems as though they've got their full sense of security, whereby they are a number ahead. They should be able to continue a fight onto Blacklist International, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be that way because Blacklist International just didn't use that much ultimate after all. And once they had got the Minoan's Rage out, they pretty much got it pretty nicely.
I mean, the way that they're rotating across the map, they're just making sure that Owl is going to be pressured on the bottom side, right? Again, these neutral objectives generally aren't going to be touched. And Kira, the fact that he's so far away, let's double check on his levels in comparison to Wise. He's currently 6-6. Okay, so that's totally fine, right? Even levels. Again, a volatile matchup here that really depends on how much farm that you're going to get from that mid lane. So as long as FIMP, and especially if Oh My Venus is going to control this lane, Apex 47 has a lot of work on his hands in terms of not only clearing the waves, but opening up the map.
The goal lane is relatively even. The only good thing about the fact that the only good thing goes over to FIMP, whereby they manage to get a little bit of the energy turret. But the second turtle is not going to go anywhere close to the gold laners. Blacklist International will still want to get themselves the priority up onto the turtle, while FIMP positions themselves, readies themselves for the grand opportunity to allow Kira to jump in.
Alien with a final splash, real world inflation comes down, so Edward's going to be able to find the turtle. But in the midst of it all, it's still going to be a good fight right now for Firefox Impunity, getting Yue down, but Alien now with a vengeance. Now, so many resets onto the back. They keep that lead. Lunar unable to connect on that Astral Sphere. And again, it's Firefox Impunity just equalizing on board.
They get a kill. They don't get the turtle, but that's totally fine, right? The turtle is just a side objective compared to what they really want to focus on, and that is going to be Kira power farming as hard as he possibly can. And Apex, on the other hand, he needs to get some defensive items, but he's a roamer, right? Top side. Look at Alien go. First turret about to fall.
Kira engaged on right now. Edward jumping in forward. Deadly catch. Just thrown out to disengage, and Firefox Impunity, they will just respect this. They will go for turrets, a siege.
They actually focus more onto the EXP lane rather than the gold lane, right? I thought that most of the time they would want to unlock the Brody a little bit earlier and try to keep the Beatrix in the lane, or perhaps put him in uncharted territory, trying to overextend just to farm out the waves a little bit longer.
I mean, I would agree with that point, but it's all about finding the holes, and I think at least
the holes were top.
Yeah, the holes were on that top side,
right.
And FIMP, for the very first time, actually having a gold lead on their side, it looks good, right? At least things are changing up here in game number 3, especially match point against Blacklist International. Now, we're not seeing the lane swap happen just yet, right? They're making sure that they get an early push on that top side at the very least, and then start rotating for this potential 4v5 in about 30 seconds or so.
Venus again with a Venus Fury. Venus Rage popped in, and that's going to be the combo right there with a real world inflation locking him in place as well. Kira with a deadly catch, trying to disengage. One more shot will do it. You are moving forward, but Sunshine finds a total memory, and Lunar snipes Wise from downtown. A 2 for 2. Jungler for Rome, and Rome for mid.
Not bad, not bad. FIMP really turning up the heat against Blacklist International.
Oh, the Filipino sniper to the new one. Finds 2 basic attacks. Yue just cleans him up.
I think he definitely wasn't expecting to see Yue hiding in that bush over there. By the time he responded, it was already too late.
He finally misses.
Yeah.
Finally. The second time, or rather the third time, I believe Blacklist International will be able to get a little bit of that, the priority on the turtle. They're constantly trying to engage, or rather just keep themselves sticking onto the turtle, dance around a little bit, stay themselves in the 50 line. They do not want to have FIMP to cross this region anymore, especially since FIMP would want to get information as much as possible.
Oh, Alien with the final splash onto the back right now, just disrupting the formation with the real world of inflation, locks them in place. Yue still able to kite away right now, so Deadly Catch just does the damage. Now Sunshine is here for a cleanup, but he's not able to find the range on the rest of the members from Blacklist International. That does, however, give Fireflux impunity more room. Unless Edward steals it away, Retribution just to play it safe from Cura.
Oh my goodness, can we talk about the fact that if UA didn't have an Ice Queen's wand, that would have been detrimental. Like, I think that FIMP would have walked Blacklist all the way down to their tier 2s and taken away their purple buff at the same time. Cura is a lot stronger than what people imagine.
Oh, Vengeance popped in, Sunshine will just disappear, burst it down.
Absolutely devastating from the side of FIMP. They managed to get 2 turtles and 2 turrets so far. They're on an 800 gold lead, even though they're just pretty much losing in terms of kills, which is not necessarily that important. The turrets is what we are looking out for. Blacklist International now finds a hole up in the northern side. They get the turret down.
That's the wild charge, the lockdown as well from Alien. That should be a free kill. Venus might just be next, but oh, brilliant wall to lock Venus down right now as Alien goes in for the stash once again with the final slash, is able to lock him down. Now Wise with the final slash by himself as well, saving the queen, but not for long. It's still just going to be a 1-for-1. Roamer traded in. Meanwhile, always, now with this comp, Fireflux Impunity are always looking to punish.
Yep. One of the funny interactions that, again, it may not necessarily be important at certain times, but the fact is, with Lunar's ult, the Astral Echoes makes your hitbox slightly bigger. There is collision in this game, so when you do have the Nature's Barrier, there are times where you might misjudge the actual size of your hero, meaning that you might be spazzing out in between spaces at certain moments. And, I mean, I don't know how big of a deal it's going to be later on into the game, but it's just a fun little tidbit.
I think this is probably the first time FIMP has managed to get quite a bit of edge onto Blacklist International. Albeit it's only 1,000 gold, but the control of the map is heavily tilted towards in the favor of FIMP. Blacklist International would want to find more ways to open things up. They will want to allow the Owl to continue to go on the farm. FIMP probably just want to hold the waves up a little bit more towards the 50 line and wait for the perfect chance to take the Lord.
I mean, considering how these team fights have been going, right? I think, you know, Alien has been doing a phenomenal job, not only buying time, but disrupting the backline at crucial moments, in a matter of fact, allowing the rest of the FIMP members to kind of walk in and set it up, right? 3 full seconds is all they need, and 3 full seconds could be the difference maker between winning a losing a fight against Blacklist International around neutral objectives.
The itemization here from Blacklist International is very, very intelligent. They understand that Fireflux Impunity, they just have the better comp when it comes down to an all-in. So they are actually building Wise, especially here, for Glowing One. So he's going for these prolonged team fights instead of just the burst that we naturally usually look at for Valentina.
They want to hurt them, right? They want to go in and out of these fights, but at the end of the day, they still are a little ult dependent. Oh my Venus, again, once that ult is down, the rest of the FIMP are coming in hot. Almost catching them off, making sure that they're playing the space. Again, this Lord dance, very, very versatile for Blacklist International, but FIMP, I think this is where they back off completely.
That's dangerous. No wild charge.
This kind of seems as though Blacklist International doesn't really have a lot of beefy front line, right? They do have a lot of damage onto their arsenal, albeit most of that is magical damage. Oh my Venus is the only one that can pretty much open up the map to some extent.
Vengeance popped in. Sunshine should be dead. No wild charge to peel, to cover. Now Edward trying to run away, getting the healing as well as Venus just body blocks all the way in the front. That's a 3 gold lane pickoff for Blacklist International as they look towards the Lord. Now only 11 minutes, so it's still going to be the first Lord of the game. No enhanced. Deadly catch now by Cura. It's going to be responded over. 6 sharks in the building. But it's range and the mirror's bastion. Cura's going to be bursted down. Meanwhile, on the back right now, Alien tries to go for the steal, but Wise just absolutely belts Apex down like it's nothing. Alien's trying to run away. The Lord was secured as well by Blacklist International. Venus flickers forward, finding the stun. US slows him down, and final slash comes through as well. Alien's still able to sustain for now. That's the stun from downtown. Owl finds it. Venus soaks in the Astral Sphere like it's nothing, and Blacklist reclaim the gold lead.
I remember you were talking about not having a beefy front line. They literally have a cow right in front of them each and every time, taking the shots. And it's great to see that Oh My Venus is not just, you know what, we have to play the fundamentals when we can push an advantage. Even the Queen is willing to flicker forward without her ultimate.
It's a very different experience, right? Looking at the fact that Oh My Venus is the front line and the only, technically, the front beefy line. And we have seen other teams try to pull it off, but it just seems like they don't have enough defenses. They can't push out far enough. And this seems like this is absolutely the true Blacklist experience, where you just need a single front line of Oh My Venus to really gather yourself and to reclaim the lands that you have lost.
I mean, they're reclaiming everything. They're taking every single buff, every single camp, all the outer turrets pretty much at the same time and focusing on top of as well as mid.
How are they going to defend this right now? Well, it's only the first Lord, so with the Deadly Catch, there's going to be another Deadly Catch response from Wise. Good shot on Dio with the Astral Spear. Final Flash comes down, but it's only on the 2 members. The Dominion Fury comes down as well. That's only Alien knocked up, though. Now Sunshine still free, hitting with a Total Power Memory. Used for poke. Another Astral Spear gets thrown out. But Blacklist International, their sustain is honestly there for them to just be comfortable.
I mean, this is going to be... they just managed to get the first Lord, and trying to clear all of the outer turrets is going to be their main part of the game. They did manage to bring the inhibitor turret low. Hold on.
Alien might just be bursted down. Oh, he goes for a Lord!
What?
And he's going to be slain. Meanwhile, Wild Charge, Flicker combo from Apex 47, but no one's there to follow it up. Apex might just fall right now from the burst. Coming down. Edwards dashing forward. Apex still able to survive. Blacklist International choose to back away. They will take the dub with the Alien pickoff.
I could feel it. I could feel the leash being pulled around Edward. It's like, no, Edward.
Stop.
I know you got the electrify
Stop.
beats. You got to sit back, relax, and take it slow. Notice that he already has plenty of items on his side. He's been farming mighty fine.
Wow. They time it so well to find that. Cura, his orange buff is stolen away, now slowed down by Yue, and Edward comes through with some damage. Blacklist International, 1-man advantage. They can use this, or they can choose to just play the discipline route. 20 seconds for the Lord. Why risk it?
I mean, there is still the second tier defense turret at the bottom lane, right? Eventually, if they do get the second Lord, they can just push it all down in one fell swoop. The top lane inhibitor turret has gone down, so it's we pretty much know the Lord will pillage us up top. Then they will take the middle lane and the bottom lane in tandem. That way, FIMP would have not a lot of answers to work with. Blacklist International just need to take things a little bit slowly. They do have the Minotaur to keep up with the sustainability. So Blacklist International, it is all about discipline and just holding themselves back.
I don't know. It's looking really, really bleak for FIMP. What used to be a lead now is turned into a 5.3k gold lead for Blacklist International. And I mean, they can hold them hostage, literally.
Oh! Apex 47 forced to use the Wild Charge, but it does not matter. Wise just tears him apart as Alien now will take a huge chunk of damage on his health bar. 3 Lord conceded. Blacklist International all across the board.
I'm telling you, this is how you hold people hostage. You sit around these neutral objectives. Ooh, come, please, try and steal this away from me. Try to initiate. Oh no, I'm looking so tantalizing right now. And that's when you punish them, cutting them down one by one, making sure that you take away their toes and their fingers before they even get remotely close. And now, as they walk up into the base, they're down a man. But at the end of the day, once they start losing these inhibitor turrets, there's nothing that FIMP can realistically do to clear these ways effectively.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me. That's Blacklist International's way to play the game right now with the Lord Dance. And yes, it is true. That's exactly what they've been able to do. And Fireflux Impunity, they've just been caught again and again through the same thing. And again, it's Owl threading the needle through Alien Lunar this time, finding Sunshine in the back.
The Lord is eventually going to make his way in, and Blacklist International is pretty much trying to defend this as much as possible while trying to get the middle lane pushing in at the same time. Apex 47 managed to slow things down by a tad little bit, but Blacklist International, they are not really jumping right in anytime.
Blacklist sieging the base down so simply, so calm, so stone cold. It doesn't even feel like they're in any danger. Fireflux Impunity right now, while Blacklist were calling an ambulance, I think now they're calling their plane.
Yep, I mean, this is where it gets really brutal, right? And I think even for FIMP, they have to play very... Oh, no, Cura, he's in a lot of trouble now.
Oh, that's a snipe from Owl. That's another also Astral Spear locking Owl down, but he is able to just sustain back up. He's going to be able to steal, life steal away. Oh, that's another Alien. Gets picked off. Just like that, 2 members fall. You don't even see it. You blink and you miss it.
That's why patience is a virtue.
Game of capitalizing mistakes. That's what Blacklist International is looking out for. Play slow, play quick, because they know FIMP, they will make a mistake for Blacklist International to push right on in.
Cannon minion gonna be cleared out, but there's another wave coming down to the mid lane. How do they clear this one? Apex 47 first it down! Falls the Wild Charge. Sunshine tries to make a play, but the base will be gunned down. A Minion Fury onto the back. Blacklist International, untouchable. Unstoppable.
They're looking mighty fine right now. So clean. I would agree with them. Just use your wild charge to that point. Don't even need to flicker out of it. The end is here. W for win, V for victory. Blacklist International are going to be knocking out their opponents in FIMP from Turkey. GG, well played, Blacklist International.
A 0-3 series for the entirety of today. I would have thought that we'll be able to see a little bit more, especially for the final game, FIMP. They definitely had and managed to see some light at the end of the tunnel. But Blacklist International, they still continue to play in their most disciplined play style. They knew that the game is not over just yet, despite FIMP getting the early game lead.
So with that, all the Western teams have been knocked out. And we're going to throw it over to Mara for an interview.
បាទអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាឥឡូវនេះយើងរកឃើញម្ចាស់ជើងឯកហើយនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតនៅ Battle មួយនេះអញ្ចឹងសូមហៅឲ្យ Blacklist មួយមកវ៉ាវពិតជាខ្លាំងមែនទែន3វគ្គវាយផ្ដាច់ទាំង3តែម្ដងមិនឲ្យស៊ីសុំ3តែមួយចង់ដឹងថាអ្នកណាគេដែលជា fan Blacklist តាំងពីយូរណាស់មកហើយសូមហៅឲ្យ Blacklist មួយទៀតមកវ៉ាវពិតជាមិនធម្មតាមែន fan ពិតជាមិនធ្វើឲ្យ idol ខកបំណងហើយ idol ក៏មិនធ្វើឲ្យ fan ខកបំណងដូចគ្នាអញ្ចឹងឥឡូវនេះយើងបានឃើញហើយថា fan របស់ Blacklist គឺពិតជាមាន energy មែនតើតោះយើងចង់ដឹងថាតើពួកគាត់ខំប្រឹងប៉ុណ្ណានៅក្នុងការលេងទទួលបានជ័យជំនះមួយនេះឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំจะប្រកល់ទូរទស្សន៍នេះទៅឲ្យ Mara នៅលើ stage now I want to pass it back to Mara on stage for interview the winner
Congratulations once again, Blacklist International. You guys were so amazing. Sweep 3-0 fast games. What contributed to this dominant win? Is it because you know a lot is expected from you? Is it also because you know that your opponent looks up to you? What contributed to that sweep, V?
Siguro nakuha lang namin yung tamang team plan, yung tamang strategy versus Fireflux Infinity.
He feels that it's because they got the right mix of their strategy against Fireflux Impunity. Now, what can you say about your opponent? You've seen them before in the World Tournament. You were able to face them now. What can you say about them? And any last words for them?
We respect Fireflux Infinity. That's why we really give our 100% versus them. So, to my soul sister, Valgalsep, I hope to see you on M5. And good luck on your journey.
Okay, you translate first and then I will sum up. What is it?
V was saying that he has a huge amount of respect for them. And to his soul sister, good luck and see them next time.
Okay.
He actually said it in English.
ឃើញថា Mara បានសួរគាត់ថាហេតុអីបានជា Blacklist បានទទួលនៅជ័យជំនះមួយនេះនៅក្នុងការលេងជា team គាត់ថា team របស់គាត់ទាំងអស់គ្នាគឺត្រូវដៃគ្នាជាមួយនឹងការលេងគឺព្រួតដៃគ្នាតែល្អតែម្ដងជាមួយនឹងការរើស team ក៏ល្អដូចគ្នាដែរហើយសម្រាប់ Philippines គឺគាត់អត់ចង់និយាយពីអីវែងឆ្ងាយទៅកាន់អ្នកដែលមិនបានឈ្នះនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតមួយនេះទេយើងជាមិត្តភាពអញ្ចឹងយើងធ្វើល្អហើយនិយាយល្អទៅកាន់គ្នាព្រោះនេះជាការប្រកួតអញ្ចឹងវាតែងតែមានការចាញ់និងមានការឈ្នះផងដែរបាទ
And I know Edward here. A lot of people were yelling out your name. Edward, you have a lot of fans here. Now, earlier, Burn X Flash, when I asked them who they would prefer to face, they said Blacklist International. They knew that it was going to be a 3-0 sweep. Now you're going to face them on your next match. Do you have a message for them? They have a huge amount of respect for you.
Ayun, good luck sa
Burn X Flash.
Good luck sa mga kalaban namin Burn X Flash. Galingan natin.
His only words are good luck to Burn X Flash. Let's both do a great job.
Okay យើងឃើញថាគាត់បានដឹងហើយថាតើ opponent របស់គាត់គឺដៃគូប្រកួតរបស់គាត់គឺជាអ្នកណាគឺកម្ពុជារបស់យើងគឺ Burn X Flash អត់ចាំបាច់និយាយច្រើនទេសំណាងល្អ Burn X Flash នៅក្នុងថ្ងៃប្រកួតជាមួយនឹង Blacklist
Now, Al, you and UA, this is your first time in MSC. How confident are you that you two will help take Blacklist International all the way to the grand finals?
Sana makachamba lang kami. Kasi lahat ng kalaban namin is malalakas. Ayun.
He hopes that they'll get lucky because he sees that all the opponents are really strong this time around for MSC 2023.
បាទគាត់និយាយថាតាមពិតទៅជាក់ស្ដែង opponent របស់គាត់គឺដៃគូរបស់គាត់សិតតែខ្លាំងទាំងអស់ប៉ុន្តែគាត់នឹងធ្វើឲ្យបានល្អនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃប្រកួតជាមួយនឹងកម្ពុជារបស់យើងគឺ Burnish Flash នេះតែម្ដងបាទ Okay, now I have the question for you. How is the condition of the team right now and how confident you are to win the battle for the grand final against the Burnish Flash? Anyone can answer this. How confident you are.
Gano'ng kataas yung kumpiyansa mo na matatalo mo ang Burnex Flash sa susunod na laban?
Sakto lang, sana makachamba.
He says, just exact, he's not overconfident and he's actually hoping that they'll get really lucky. Again, they have a huge amount of respect for Burnex Flash.
Okay អញ្ចឹងមានន័យថាគាត់ពិតជាគោរពទៅខាង Burnish Flash របស់យើងគាត់មិនមើលងាយដៃគូប្រកួតរបស់គាត់ទេអញ្ចឹងសិតតែមានការគោរពគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមកយើងឃើញថានេះគឺជាការប្រកួតមួយដែលអស្ចារ្យនិងល្អមែនទែនសម្រាប់ភាគីខាង Philippines ក៏ដូចជាកម្ពុជារបស់យើងផងដែរ Yes.
Yue, we love your voice. Now, what is your message to all the fans? Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but we have a lot of agents over there, and a lot of them flew all the way from the Philippines just to support you guys.
Hey, wait, not just only there, but also here is the fans of Blacklist too.
That's right.
Maraming salamat sa mga sumusuporta sa amin, pati sa mga lumipad para makanood dito sa MSC. Tsaka supportahan nyo kami sa mga darating namin na laban.
He's thanking everybody who supports Blacklist International, especially those who flew all the way from the Philippines. And he's asking for everybody to please continue supporting them, especially for their next battle. And now, it's time to figure out the MVP of today's match.
This is what we are waiting for.
Let's take a look at who it is.
Ooh.
MVP from Blacklist International is Edward! Anong masasabi mo? Ikaw yung MVP. What can you say about you being MVP?
Nakachamba lang. Just lang.
Other than chamba. Chamba means when somebody gets lucky. So he's being very nice about himself being MVP. He's very down to earth. Other than chamba, what can you say? MVP, not only in the Philippines, but all the way here in Cambodia.
Ayun, mas gagalingan ko pa para sa Pinas.
Edward, our Hall of Legends inductee, promises that he'll do better all for the Philippines.
Wow ពិតជាមានការបដិញ្ញាចិត្តខ្លាំងមែនទែនថានឹងទទួលបានជ័យជំនះនៅក្នុងការប្រកួត Battle ចុងក្រោយជាមួយនឹងកម្ពុជារបស់យើងផងដែរហើយគាត់ក៏បានផ្ដាំផ្ញើដូចគ្នាដែរជាមួយធីមផងគាត់ថាសូមកុំភ្លេចគាំទ្រទៅកាន់ Blacklist នៅតែបន្តគាំទ្រទៅកាន់ Blacklist នឹងមិនធ្វើឲ្យអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអស់សង្ឃឹមនោះទេបាទ
Once again, congratulations, Blacklist International.
The Blacklist.
We're gonna break down that 3-0 sweep all for you, especially that last series. So we're gonna go back to the casters. Come on in.
Thanks so much, Rabbi, and of course,